Welcome to yet another edition of Up Front with Frank Rothstein here on Sky's Crescent Radio. We're broadcasting, well, you know where we are because you're watching. We're live on Twitch. Can you believe it? Me, an old guy like me on the younger channel. Yeah, we're doing Twitch live. We're talking about this and that. And yep, there's my comments. Hello all. There's Sky's Crescent Radio saying howdy, which means that's Jade. She doesn't say hello. She doesn't say hi. She gives you a howdy because she's down from Texas. She's from Texas, and they say howdy down there. There's Sky's Crescent Radio, as I said. Follow that page. Everybody sitting with me today is, of course, the Texan Jade Zabrick. Howdy, Jade. We're just talking. Before I get into the world dilemmas, let me just remind everybody, follow Jade Zabrick out here on Twitch. Just go to Jade Zabrick. She's out there, got content. Same on YouTube. Go follow and subscribe to Jade. Same with Sky's Crescent Radio. Give us a follow and a subscribe. Help us out. We want to hear from you. I'll let you know where the emails are in just a few minutes when I feel like taking a break from talking about the doldrums of the day. But we were just talking. And we both seem to be having the same problem. It seems that Apple, with their iPhones, has a little bit of a glitch inside. And when we're charging, when we're plugged in to charge, it seems to want to say 941. We're both not sure why. It's a built-in glitch we understand from Apple itself. It was published last year as a problem. I'm just not sure why. Why my phone can only be right twice a day. I know the old saying of even a phone, even a clock is right twice a day, but even a broken clock is right twice a day. But why my phone? It's not broken, it still rings. People still call me when I'm in the shower or when I'm sleeping. So I'm wondering why, if anyone has an answer, please jump in the chat stream here or leave us a comment on our YouTube page and just tell us why Apple is stuck with this glitch of 941 while you're charging. Once you unplug, you're okay. But while you're plugging, you're stuck in time. And I don't know, Jade's researching this and we're seeing what's going on. We want to find out, not for any scientific reasons, not because of any worldly information value, just because we're both pissed off. You ever just get pissed off over nothing? I can tell you a lot about that. I can do that. I mean, we don't even hear the phrase Karen anymore, but I mean, there's been times when I just went off over a little bit of nothing. Sometimes there really is such a thing as the last straw. That happened to me while ordering Chinese food last October. I was calling into my local place. And they're okay. Their prices have gone up a little bit. I'm looking at myself. Let me push my hair back a little bit. They're okay. They're some of the dishes I like. And I ordered dinner. They have a problem with when you say light sauce, because otherwise they put in so much it leaks all over the bag. They don't always have a sealed container. They usually have like a foam flip top, and of course, your bag is useless. Anyway, couple of times they got it right. Usually they get it wrong. I said, little sauce, light on the sauce. She goes, okay. I get it, still flooded. The next time I order, I say, do me a favor, put the sauce on the side. That means put it in a container and another thing in the bag. No problem. I get my bill and I'm looking at the check. I don't know why I was looking at the check. Normally I don't. I see a $1 charge. I didn't know why. Just some sort of a thing. She charged me for putting the sauce. I ordered chicken and broccoli. I won't forget it. Chicken and broccoli, cheap brown sauce they put on. Chicken and broccoli. She put the sauce on the side. That was it. There was the last straw. If I had 2 humps in my back, I only had 1 now. So I call up, I ask what this is. Says, well, we charge because you put the sauce on the side. I said, I only ask you to do that because your cook can't get it right. He always makes the bag leak. And she's going back and forth with me over this nonsense. So they're saying, I'm sorry and whatever. And I wouldn't have cared. That'll never happen, something like that. Because I'm only dealing with this place on and off for 30 years. So she finally gave me this line that sent me into a rant, which was, we don't charge you for extra sauce. I said, when do I ever order extra sauce? It's usually leaking all over the bag. I said, but if you're using that logic, if I say little sauce, do you charge me less? What kind of a logic is that? You charge me $1 for a little plastic container. I know all of you for a long, long time. Why are you charging me for anyway? This $1 had me crazed. And I wound up never ordering from them again. But I was sounding like a complete idiot for an hour. Sometimes it just happens. And I've always said, being as though I had a retail store on my own, I said a video store, that everybody will do something stupid in somebody else's shop at one time or another. I go through this all the time when I go into a coffee shop. You know, if you go into a diner, they already know what dark, regular, and light is when it comes to coffee. It's just what they know. Like when you go into like a little deli, roach coach, whatever you call it, the truck, they know. You say just a little milk, they know what that means. Not in the coffee shop, not with your baristas. No, no, no. They already know that in the full container, you leave room for milk, which means leave about an inch from the top and then just keep filling it with milk. Now it's light. Now you're sitting there and it's just light. You might as well have a glass of milk. You can't taste the coffee anymore. So I always have to make them repair it. Now they're trying to pour out the coffee. I like this. They're pouring out the coffee, well, we'll just darken it for you. No, 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 it's not going to happen. Because once coffee is light, you cannot darken it. It's over. You ever get a refill in the diner when you go for lunch and it has a little left, they fill it up, it still looks like it's not black coffee anymore. There's milk in there. Listen to what I'm going through now. You should have heard me with the Oreo a couple of weeks ago. I always talk about that. My two pieces of advice is, and this is the chef's rule, is easy to put in, tough to take out. That's the quoted rule. That's the rule of the kitchen. I tell everybody, treat everything you put into food like it's salt. Even if it's milk and coffee, treat it like it's salt. Because once it's too much, you're screwed. But every now and then, something will set all of us off. I don't know what it is that sets you off. But every now and again, ooh-wee, something will get me. So let's see what else is going on. Anyway, before we even get into the topics of the day, I have this just in. Jade is telling us that if you go to Harrison, New Jersey this Friday, she will be performing at the Station Bar and Bites in Harrison, New Jersey. Jade, do you have an address for this place? So everyone knows where to go. Or just start walking. You want me? I can't read your lips. It's inside the Element Hotel. Just get off the path. Okay, she's not going to hop into the phone and become a client of my show. She's telling me just get off the PATH train at the Harrison Station stop, and it's right there. Go into the Element Hotel. Go see Jade at the Station Bar and Bites and see what she's doing. And that's what we got. So what is going on this week? Because you know there's always going to be something going on this week. In New York City, our very own Governor Hochul is signing into effect a law that will require gun sales of semi-automatic weapons from the ages of 18. It's now advanced to 21. So 18-year-olds cannot celebrate their birthday and go get themselves an assault rifle. You now have to be 21. Well, that's nice, but so what? So what? I mean, I don't know how maybe you got some 18-year-olds with some bucks in their pocket and they go into a shop and they buy their own on their 18th birthday, but clearly they're practicing somewhere else before that. They're learning before that. Someone has one, they're teaching the kids how to use it. Anybody who is a gun collector with kids, a lot of them, you know, I don't say any, well, actually not anybody, not everybody, but plenty of gun owners, especially with children in the house, teach their children how to use the gun. You don't want, just in case something goes wrong and they have access to it, they should at least know how to use it, not and know not to look down the barrel. But she's also signing other bills, this week, like all governors do. But this, I don't think the law of when you can buy it is the real problem. I really don't. And it's not just New York, it's all over the country, really. I mean, I was reading just yesterday, in Florida, it's always in Florida, a principal of a school brought loaded guns into the school. Yeah. And it says a box of loaded guns were found at a Parkland, Florida school Thursday, several miles away from the site of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas mass shooting. Okay. The weapons belong to Somerset Academy principal Gaylor Castro. That's according to WPLG TV. She brought it in a closed box. It had 2 firearms, doesn't say what kind, and they were in a box unattended in the room, along with some other boxes. Somehow, I think she was just storing it in her school while something else was being done. For all I know, she had her house being painted and she wanted to clear some stuff out. I don't know. Maybe she was just, I don't know. Maybe she had to make room in the trunk to drive something else home. But either way, she brought it into the school and there was nobody with the boxes. So somebody went in, saw it was there, opened it up, I guess school, whoever, and that was it. They were in a locked room. Yeah. Many items brought into a locked room. Yeah, it was just, what is a felony to carry a gun into school in Florida, of course. It was unclear if prosecutors would file charges. Great, but that's what happened. That's careless. Let's just say it's in a box. So with some other boxes, let's say she needed to, a very innocent thing, like a lot of people, she needed to store stuff for a day, maybe 2. So she brought it to work. People do that. I used to do that with other things, not a gun, but with other things. So she brought her stuff, including 2 guns and boxes, and left it in the locked room. I guess either someone from security or maybe someone maybe a janitor or somebody noticed, opened it up, went in, opened it up, and that's what they found. This could have been a kid. It really could have. You never know. So there's one case of carelessness. What else is going on here? Now the Governor Hochul is signing this law into effect in New York City, where even though you have people dancing around their Second Amendment rights in New York, a lot of it is out of New York, even though we do get our share of subway shootings here. But they're not carrying AR-15s, at least not as many as in other places. Actually, from the time we had the mass shooting in Buffalo a few weeks ago to the time we had one in Uvalde, Texas, there were 15 shootings. From the time of Texas till this law was signed today for New York State, there were 32 shootings. That means from Buffalo to today, there have been 47 classified mass shootings. That does not mean 20 people have to die. That just, I think the number they came up with is 4. 4 people have to be hit one way or another, or something like that. Yeah, exactly like that. So now, why don't I think this will help? Well, you never know who has what, and it doesn't have to be an AR-15. Let's face it, So what happened yesterday in the school? A person claiming to be a student threatens to shoot up elite Brooklyn school. And that's in Park Slope. Yeah. Whatever upset him, whatever upset this kid, they wanted to go shoot people in Park Slope. You don't hear that in Brooklyn too much, at least for schools. In Long Island, a teen is arrested after threatening to remake Texas at a Suffolk middle school. There you go. That's in Comac, New York. This was from 1010 Wins. A 15-year-old kid was arrested on this Friday, for threatening to shoot up a Long Island middle school. Had it scratch my shoulder, excuse me. And that was according to Suffolk County Police. The teenager, who is not a student at the school, who lives in Bayshore, threatened to remake Texas at Comac Middle School during the Instagram live stream. Thankfully, kids are stupid and they want to brag to you what they're going to do on their social media pages. That's certainly the way to plan a crime. Talk about it on social media. So there you go. They were able to get this kid. What else is going on? But that's the idea of guns. You got the idea. I mean, having a law to make it a little bit tougher is great. Personally, if I were the governor, I'd be looking for other alternatives. Mostly to, well, if it's a kid involved, to arrest the parents. I'd want to know how this kid got hold of the gun. I want to know who bought the gun for the kid. I can't believe any little kid, when you see a 15-year-old or a high school kid is breaking into the local gun shop and knowing just what to pick up and where to get all the ammo from. And, you know, and I'm not hearing about, I don't hear too many crimes of gun shops being broken into. Somebody is teaching this kid something, no matter who the kid is. Someone's teaching it. It's not like you have a how-to that they're always running around the range with on YouTube. It's not like you have a YouTube video playing at every gun range, which you can probably find them. But and it don't take much to teach a kid anything. I mean, long before, I mean, I was 16. It's a long time ago. And I was at my uncle's house, went out with a cousin, went through he had like a 22 rifle, very basic rifle, you know. So his stepson wanted to take a few shots. It was like a little range with like hay bales, you know, target area. So, okay, he took a few shots. We both did. I already knew not to point the gun anywhere while he's hanging up a target. So I kept the barrel in the dirt, not a problem. Or I had it in the sky, not a problem. And he did his thing. Then I did my thing, and we ran out of targets. So he had a book of matches with him. And he ripped out the matches. He ripped open the book. We took pens, like a marker, and we drew in the target, bullseye. And we hang it on the bale of hay, and we still had the white paper target up. So he took the gray or brown book of matches, put it up. Well, I couldn't see the lines, obviously, but I could see middle. It's a box. So that's what I did with the 22 from a distance. I bullseyed a matchbook. You can teach kids anything. Kids are very adept. I mean, I don't know how good I would do with a pistol. I never shot a pistol, but I can tell you, without even proper training, I can aim a rifle. But no one's giving me a rifle. No one gave me a rifle. So I don't know how all these kids are getting hold of theirs. I don't know what parent is giving their kids the key to the gun cabinet or the combination to the gun safe. But you rarely hear that a kid grabbed a pistol and went in and started shooting up the school. They all come in like they just came out of a G.I. Joe movie. Every last one of them. Anyway, that's what's going on. I know, but that's what's going on. If everybody here is paying attention to us and watching us, feel free to comment here at Upfront with Frank Rothstein on Sky's Crescent Radio. And if you'd like to talk about anything we are doing, we are talking about, upfrontfrank@gmail.com, upfrontfrank@gmail.com. And Jade's always looking for a gig. She wants to play her music for all of you. So write to jadezabrick@gmail.com. And let me take a drink of water. If you'd like to try this on your own, I mean, certainly if I can talk, you can talk. I can tell you, most people can tell a story. Just tell us your story. Write to skiescrescentradio@gmail.com, and someone will get back to you in very short order, and you will see what's going on and what it takes and all that stuff. Okay, let's get out of this dangerous stuff. Excuse me. What else is going on in the world? Let me see. Somebody is suing Mariah Carey for $20 million over All I Want for Christmas Is You. You got that? All I Want for Christmas Is You. Andy Stone, who co-wrote with Vince Vance and the Valiants, excuse me, Andy Stone, who co-wrote Vince Valiant's country song "All I Want for Christmas Is You," excuse me, is suing Carey for copyright infringement. Well, they're claiming she never sought or obtained permission, paid her fees, all that stuff. You have to, clear some hurdles to get it. Doesn't take much. Usually a little paperwork and a check. Except while the original song is from 1989, that's great. But Mariah Carey released hers in 1994. 1994. Yeah. So I'm wondering what took them so long. That's what I want to know. What took this lawsuit so long to occur when the artist you're suing released a song? I can tell you the exact date was October 29th, 1994. It was recorded in August of 94, released October 29th of 94. It was recorded at the Hit Factory in New York City. It was released in time for Christmas season, which gets earlier and earlier every year. And now she's getting sued for something from 28 years ago. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I would have a hard time. Good thing I will not be a juror of this case, because I would be case dismissing this thing all over the place. I don't care if she was right or wrong. You waited 28 years. The woman's been collecting royalties on this for 28 years. Where were you on day one when you saw it on the top of the charts? And everybody was singing this all year long. It's a catchy tune. Mariah has a good hit with it. It became really the song of Christmas for a lot of years. I'm not even sure if it still is. Maybe it still is. I haven't really paid attention. Normally, when I go to play Christmas music, and yes, I used to put music out here for Christmas, I find all sorts of odd music that people aren't even aware of. But yeah, I'm having a hard time getting this case, because there has to be an expiration date on what you're doing. Why not just wait 20 more years, let it get to close to 50 years, and say we're suing you now for even more money? I just don't get this. So anyway, we'll see what happens with Mariah. Personally, I am rooting for Mariah this one. I don't know why, but yeah. Then, what is this? What is this? Okay, well, we have lots of stuff. Oh, let me get rid of this. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but okay, I had to get rid of some volume that was on my computer. Not sure if you could hear it or not. So anyway, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are still in the news. He's been in England, not partying. He's actually working. He's on tour with the guitarist Jeff Beck. That's why he wasn't in court for his verdict, but he was celebrating pretty good. I heard he went for like 60 grand on whatever they were doing out there. Not sure what Amber Heard's doing. I know there was a fake GoFundMe accounts were being taken down. Someone put up a phony GoFundMe account to support Amber Heard, looking to collect $1 million. Well, GoFundMe is not stupid. They found it. They got rid of it. But the big winner out of this will not be Johnny, will not be Amber, or Disney, or anyone else. The big winner out of this will be his attorney, Camille Vasquez, who really won the case for him. This woman shredded Amber Heard on the stand, picked apart so many of the witnesses, really beat up Amber Heard on the stand. Camille was great, and now all the big Hollywood firms are looking to get her. I'm not sure what her plans are. I don't really know the woman, but certainly not sure what her track record is. I don't know what next case will bring, but on this case, she was brilliant, and certainly she could write her own ticket no matter what she wants. And that's the update on Johnny and Amber and the world of their case. What else is going on? Oh, yeah. New York City crime says Man of Steel, STEAL, speaks. Thief with 46 arrests 46 arrests, exploited city fears. I'm sorry if I'm babbling. I bit the side of my tongue. I'm having trouble talking this week. You should say it's there. So yeah, a guy who was arrested for 46 thefts says jail might have saved his life. Well, excuse me. Let me read into this just a little bit. Isaac Rodriguez, who made the papers October 3rd, 2021, front page as Man of Steel, pilfered a Jackson Heights Walgreens at will. He had his favorite spot at least 37 times last year. And he just brought in a bag, filled it up on things he could discharge for cash, not things he couldn't get money for. No one said he's stupid, but he did have a drug habit. He did have problems, but he knew what to do. So eyewitnesses, this is never a concern. Where I come from, people mind their business. If they don't, bad things happen. So he was finally picked up. He's finally in jail. And he's saying it may have been the best thing that ever happened to him because he was able to clean up. I don't know. I'm sure he's changed his ways. I don't know. Maybe he'll tell us he found God. I don't know. I'll take 2 out of 3 in bed. But anyway, he is a little under 200 days remaining on the sentence. Says he's a changed man. This was a blessing in disguise. Well, let's hope it is. I really don't like lost causes. We'll see what happens. Oh man, let's see what else is going on. Let's see how dumb we can get. Well, I do have. I'm progressing in dumb. This one can be important. This is a science thing. Artificial intelligence spotted inventing its own creepy language. That is the headline. This was published in The Sun. An artificial intelligence program has developed its own language that no one can understand. OpenAI is an artificial intelligence systems developer. Their programs are fantastic examples of supercomputing, but there are quirks. DAO E2 is OpenAI's latest AI system. It can generate realistic and artistic images from user-entered text descriptions. It says it represents a milestone in machine learning. OpenAI's site says the program learned the relationship between languages and the text used to describe them. And of course, the DALL-E 2 demonstration includes interactive keywords for visiting users to play with and generate images, toggling different keywords, which will result in different images, styles, and subjects. But the system has one strange behavior, the article says. I am reading this word for word. It's writing its own language of random arrangements of letters, and no researcher knows why. So artificial intelligence, iRobot, is coming to life. Janice Darris, a computer science PhD student at the University of Texas, published a Twitter thread detailing the unexplained new language. And it says, she told the program to create an image of farmers talking about vegetables, and the program did so. But the farmer's speech read Vacuitus, VICOOTES, some unknown AI word. I'm hoping it's just a typo program in the system, typo glitch. When she fed the word back into the system, I got a picture of vegetables. Okay. Okay. When she typed in apoplo, APOPLOE. Oh, wow. Yeah, they wound up getting birds. Whatever they put in different, whatever words they put in that the computer generated, they put it in and they got different images. The computer program is forming its own language. Very impressive. Hopefully not very dangerous. But you've heard me talk. Now we have little bots that can reproduce. I talked about that last week. which I equated to Star Trek terms, Borg nanoprobes. Yeah, watch out for artificial intelligence. I was talking about last year and the year before, they did an experiment, or they have a robot they created that doesn't look like humans. Yeah, just a set of legs. It's like out of a movie. And you see one of the creators kicking it over, just knocking over robot over. And it had the ability to stand up. It didn't look like a human, but it had arms, legs. It was walking as best it could in a robotic way, of course. And it was knocked over, and it stood up, and knocked over again, and stood up on its own. And I remember saying, I was always thinking to myself, what happens when this robot advances enough and it doesn't want to be knocked over? What happens if the robot learns how, in any way, shape, or form, to defend itself? And that's what was popping into my mind. Now we have programs forming a language. One day we'll have the program integrated into the robot, and we'll see what happens. Look at that. It's a little past the halfway mark here. I love it. This is a thing. Here we get into the stupid articles of the day because we do need a couple of dumb ones. Interesting does not mean important. Interesting can also be dumb. You can always laugh at something. So when a California court has made a ruling, not on their massive water droughts, their soaring gas prices, no, nothing like that. Not on crime, not on housing, not on the homeless, not on food, not on power, not on climate change. Nope. The California courts have ruled that a bumblebee is a fish under California law. Excuse me, I had a cough. My throat's dry today. I got this from Fox News, but I looked at it. You see it in a lot of places, including the Sacramento Bee. That's a newspaper, I guess. And thus, the bumblebee should be protected by the state's endangered species ordinances. In the case of Almond Alliance of California versus Fish and Game Commission, the California State Appellate Court of the Third District said, issue presented here is whether the bumblebee, a terrestrial invertebrate, falls within the definition of a fish. According to the judges, a bumblebee is classified as a fish, as a liberal interpretation of the word fish, as well as the state's own legislative history, including non-aquatic life. Well now. Does that mean that when a bunch of bees fly together and no longer a hive, they're now a school? That's what I want to know. So this is what California worries about, whether or not, if you're in California, don't go swatting it unless you have a worm. Don't go trying to capture it, bring a hook. Maybe it'll bite in midair. But yeah, it is now a fish. Okay. Oh, well, maybe that's because the tuna fish can is called bumblebee. And it's tuna. And I'm not sure why, but okay, it is. I grew up, the tuna was called Charlie. I was chicken of the sea. Don't even ask me why it was called chicken of the sea, but okay. This is what California worries about. Jade, help me. These people are getting crazy. They're dopey out there. They're dopey in avocado land. They really are. That's why I never go to LA. I can't take it. I just can't take it. California as a state is actually a beautiful place. Plenty of nice places out there. Beautiful beaches, wine country. But I'm not going. I'm not going anywhere past Nevada. Okay, let's get to the dumbest person of the week. The dumbest person of the week. This was a video that went viral after a Yankee game. And this was during the video, as it says, the couple was asked if they would give their significant other a hall pass if if it guaranteed a New York Yankees, if it guaranteed a New York Yankees World Series. So that means, would you let your mate go with whoever, for a night? If it meant that the New York Yankees would make it to the World Series. Okay, we got that clear. The woman said yes almost immediately, while the man doesn't appear to be as confident. When asked who her hall pass man would be, she said her ex-boyfriend. And when asked why, she said he was a good lover. With your boyfriend sitting there. She's saying she'd want to go with her ex-boyfriend because he was good in bed and the current boyfriend is there. I'm not sure if they're still together. I'm just not sure. I'm wondering who he would go with. Hopefully, if she's going to say that on the video, I'm hoping it's whoever he casually knows and says hello and goodbye to, but gets her incredibly jealous. Because that is the dumbest thing you can possibly say or do. Who would say this on a video? But okay, that is what happened. And I gotta love people. They're just dopey as hell. So anyway, think about, okay, that's a good question for all of you. Called the hall pass. If you had a hall pass for any reason, who would you go with? Well, I'm single. I don't need a hall pass. But if you're supposedly, allegedly happy with the person you're with, even if you're honestly happy with the person you're with, if you had a hall pass, if you had a one-night run with permission, written permission, who would you go with? Guys, I warn you, say nobody. Say, I'm happy at home. I'm not going anywhere. I'm telling you guys, don't do it. However, who would you go with? And I don't know. I'm telling you, people are just crazy. She said it in her video. It went all over the internet. That's both a Twitter and a TikTok somewhere in the world. And that is the story. Look at this. 20 minutes to go till the hour. I've given you serious stuff, legal stuff, stupid stuff. Let me give you some weather. It's beautiful outside New York City. Yesterday and today. Yesterday was really perfect out. We had some good breeze, some decent heat. It's really perfect out. Tonight I'm going with my family. My cousin's birthday is tonight. And of course, my cousin's she's really, she's the most family oriented person I have. And she loves presents. But we're all not kids anymore in my family. We're not kids. We don't need like little toys, little boxes. But I have a feeling my cousin just likes opening up wrapping paper. So I'm debating, should I give her the gift I got, or should I just go buy a big roll of wrapping paper and let her tear it up? For Christmas, you get one gift. Well, supposedly, it's Christmas is one day of gift. Now, we're Jewish, so Hanukkah is the thing where you get like 8 days of gifts. There's nothing major gifts every day, but something in a box, something wrapped, a gift, 8 days. She could thrive on Hanukkah. Everyone giving her 8 gifts a day. There'll be dozens upon dozens of wrapped gifts, plenty of paper for her to tear up. So I may just do that. Pick up a roll of wrapping paper on the way and give her both the real gift I got and something to tear up. Maybe I'll include a sheet just so she could. I'm going to include a sheet of wrapping paper just so she could rip it up. Because I think her favorite sound in the world is so. So Jade, tell us in the chat. Do you like getting a gift or just ripping open the box? You like the wrapping paper? She can't bring, she's undecided. She can't type in an answer. She's totally undecided. I think she wants to own the station bar and bites in Harrison, New Jersey, where she's going to be playing. Then she can pay herself all she wants. I'm sure they're very generous to her and they give her a good meal, but listen, if you own the place, the cash register is yours. So, and that is the story. That is the story. In a few minutes, we're going to go raid some channel somewhere. Let me type in. Oh, that's right. She's reminding me to type in that. So I'm going to go. Sometimes I'm a bit remiss. Sometimes. Sometimes I'm overly efficient. There you go. We will be on next week. Oh, Lord, this week I have jury duty. I have been selected as an alternate juror, standby juror, for who the hell knows what. But I'm not the real juror, so I'm a standby. That means my luck, I'll have to listen to all someone's bullshit for months and months. Then be told your opinion is not necessary. Well, that's what a standby juror is. That's what an alternate juror does. But okay, wish me luck. This will require lots of coffee and some water. I guess if you're watching the trial, I'll borrow some of Johnny Depp's candy. I don't know. I'll see what happens. And everything else is going good. Okay. Next week we'll see what the world brings us next week, because this week it wasn't all that exciting. All I know is that back in the war again, a little more bombing in Kyiv, Ukraine. So I guess they were all watching the trial also. Now they're back to the war, regularly scheduled war. And I know I make it sound like I'm making fun of it, but I'm not. Actually, it's all very, very serious. It's just all a bit every day. We're hearing this, we hear a lot of the same things every day, as tragic as it is. It's, I'm going to oversimplify here, but if you tell me tomorrow it's going to be a massive storm outside, you sort of, okay, you have a big, massive storm. Tell me a week later it's going to be raining. It's still raining for a week. That's right. It's raining. What are you going to do? That's the way it goes. Not everything becomes as urgent the longer it goes on. So yes, I still wish them well in Ukraine. Wish me well on Wednesday. And I wish you all well tonight. Everybody, it's been a pleasure sitting in here talking to you. I'm thinking of changing formats of sorts. We're thinking of seeing what else we can do to give a little twist to the show, freshen things up. I don't know. Maybe I'll drink something else besides water. Maybe I'll think of something a little more adult. And that is, I have to really straighten out my hair again. Came down. Everyone, I will talk to you next week. It has been a pleasure. And now we're going to go raid people. I'll see you all. Have a good night.